Do you need an expenses tracker in Google Sheets? So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to build this expense tracker that includes a dashboard. Do you need an expenses table where you can enter transactions? Do you need and then a categories where you can set and update categories and vendors? So let's jump right in. We'll start on the expenses tab. So I'm just going to rename this expenses. And then let's go ahead and just create a table here. So insert tables. And then we'll just do a blank table and start from scratch. So we'll just call this expenses and then work through our columns. So this one will be our date column. And then you can use this column type and do date there. And then that quickly sets it up. Now if you double click and type in a date. Next, we'll do payment method. So you can always adjust these columns as you need for what you need in your project. So let's go ahead and change this one to a drop down. So let's just set some options here. So we do cash. So let's do check. And maybe credit card, CC, credit card, whatever you want there. And then we'll hit done. So column 3, let's do category. And we'll pull this from a new tab. So let's go ahead and create that real quick. So categories, and we could just set it here, or we could create a new table. Either way is fine. Let's go ahead and do a new table here. And then this one we'll call category. And then we're going to use another one called vendor. And then we'll just call this whole table dropdowns. And then we can delete the rest of these. There we go. And then we go down. Paste some in here. So you don't have to watch me type these all out. And then I'm just going to add a couple more rows here. Let's say 5. What does that give us? 21. Let's just do 20 rows, just like that. And then I'm going to bring in a couple vendors real quick. There we go. So now this is set up. And then, so I'm going to change this to a drop down. And instead of typing this in, I'm going to do drop down from a range. And then I can go over here and pick this column here. So that's that. So it's done. So this one will do vendor. Let me go ahead and just finish these columns real quick. And let's do one more for notes. And I'm going to delete the rest of these columns real quick. Go. Our vendor drop down. Down from range again. Click on this select data range, click in here, and then come over here. That just works best. And I'm just going to select that there. And let's see, it's changing that to drop downs vendor because of the table. So that's just a convenient reason to use table is because it automatically converts those. So it always stays synced. All right, and let's go ahead and just make these fields roughly size. We're just going to add a little bit of white between them, just get a little distinct. In there, and then maybe a little bit of gray between these. And then I'm just going to make this uppercase because I'm a stickler for details and all the rest of them are uppercase. So you can do whatever you want in that regard. I'm going to do this uppercase as well. Something like lowercase, uppercase, title case, all the cases. So I'm just going to put in a sample row here. Let's just say check. And do professional fees, vendor 1, and then $2,000. Let's actually change this to currency there. So these types are very useful to help control and determine how you want these to show up. All right. Then let's go ahead and just set these to text since we are typing all the other ones. You can change this as well. And now let's go ahead and create our dashboard. So I'm going to bring this over here, rename it to dashboard. And then I'm going to keep a column here on the left-hand side, just a little buffer. And then let's go ahead and just put in the year and expense totals. So the reason I'm putting the year in here is so if you enter expenses that cross over a year, so let's say you keep using this over multiple years, then it'll still work and you can just update that year here. In one spot is going to update everything. So that's how that's going to work. And then let's go ahead and make this first one. We'll call expenses by category. And then we'll create one in a second. That will be expenses by vendor. And so I'm just going to put a total up here, and we're going to basically put months and the totals there. So I'm going to start with the year total, and then we're going to use a little neat formula to populate months based on this year. And so the way that looks like is we're going to use a date formula. So that formula can make a date. So let's do just the first of the year, for example. So that works just like that. But then what we can do is inside here, we have this month. We can turn this into a sequence. Just like that. Now, it isn't doing anything different at the moment. So let me do array formula. So you can see now it's actually populating 12 months. So it's going the wrong direction. So I'm just going to put a transpose around this, and that just changes the direction. And now we're going across. Now this is probably not the format that we want to use with the full date. And so I'm going to come down here, pick a custom date and time, and then we can either do a month and year like this if you like, or you can do just the month. If you want to do just the month, you come to custom date and time. And then, for example, you can just remove it like that and do that. All right. So let's go ahead and add a little background to this. Here's something like blue. So maybe let's just do it like that. All right. And then I'm going to pull that down to 20 and then get rid of the rest of these. There we go. And then I'm going to make these a little narrower as well. Let's go to something like 80. Maybe even a little bit there. And then let me do some quick formatting here. So I'm just going to select these. And let's do this font as an example. So that's 4, bold, and then center. I don't want this one centered. But I'm just going to merge these just for the sake of that. And then let's add a little border at the bottom. Just give us a little distinction there. Like that. All right. So that should be good to get started. And so let's pull in our categories. So I'm just going to do a sort. And go to my categories. Like these, they're already sorted, but let's go ahead and do that just in case. So they are pulling through. Now, keep in mind, I left some blank ones here. So if you think you might add some more categories, we could leave a couple blank rows just like this. And then we'll turn this into our table here. So I'm just going to add a little border, maybe temporarily. We'll see if we change this or not, but just so I see where that table lives. And then I'm going to put a little gray in this because this is going to be a total field. And so we're going to sum up whatever shows up in here. So I'm going to change this to January because we'll be seeing January right away. And I'm going to add another one here. And I'm going to add it in this advertising category with 100, just so we can see that real quick. All right. So starting in here, we're going to create a sum ifs. Since we're using a table, we could just use the table reference, which goes like this. You type in the table name, and then you can select a column. So for example, we could do amount, and then we could do expenses again, and then do category, and then tie it back to this category. And finally, we need that expenses date. And then this one, we're going to look at this date up here. Because if you remember, we populated this as was a date. And so if you see right now, we're coming up with 100. But this is greater than or equals to January 1st, which means February is also going to fall in that. So we need to make sure this ends at the end of the month. So I'm going to copy this, put a comma there. And then this one I'm going to flip around. So instead of greater than or equals to, I'm going to do less than or equals to. And then I'm going to do end of the month formula to get the end of January. So if I hover over this part, you can see it's coming up with 1/31/2025. So So that will give me that. And then if I go, for example, back to expenses, and I bring one up in February, advertising, 200, and go back here, you can see it's not showing up. Now if I drag this over, now I need to lock a couple of these. So for example, if I start dragging over, this one's going to move. I'm just going to show you real quick. So you can see this one now is pointing to this cell. So that doesn't work. We need to lock that. So I'm going to add a $sign here before the B. So I don't want to add a $sign before the 6 because I want this to go down as we pull down the categories. And as we look at this one, I'm going to do inverse. This one I want to lock the column. On this one, I want to lock the row because as I go down, I don't want to reference this, then this, then this. So I'm going to add $sign before the number on those. And then we can drag this around. So there you can see that. I can see there's that 200 from our February advertising expenses. So I'm going to do one more thing because I don't want 0 showing up if there's nothing here. And so I'm going to add one little if statement here. If B6 equals to blank, do nothing. And so now I can drag this over to the year and then drag it down. And I can see it pulling in. So now I'm just going to add some currency formatting. And then optionally, you can remove the decimal places or you can leave them in place, depending upon whether you need to see the exact numbers or just see a general representation. Then finally, I'm going to add some quick sums here. So I'm going to add up the entire month here. You can see my border got messed up. We'll address that here momentarily. Drag this across. And then let's add up the total for the year across each category. And then we can go ahead and let that autofill. Probably didn't go down here. But look here, we can see that formula is not there. So I'm going to come here and drag it the rest of the way down. And then maybe want to add that statement here as well for if B6 equals blank, do nothing. So I'll drag this down again. There we go. And then finally, we'll do a sum here. And so we could pull from either way. I'm just going to pull across top there, just like that. All right. And so there's our basic expenses by category table. And so I can go ahead and fix this just like that. And then we can move down. I'm going to make this a little narrower. I'm just going to basically copy the border in the wrong place. Let's see if I can undo this real quick. Let me go back. Come down to here. Redo that. There we go. And I'm going to just copy this whole thing. And then paste it down here. I'm going to change this one to vendor. And then I'm just going to go ahead and delete the rest of these rows real quick. Delete. And then I'm going to do show grid lines and uncheck to get rid of those grid lines. And I'm just going to do some manual stuff here. So select that. Change this to maybe a gray here. And just the inner borders. Just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. Perfect. And then I'm going to do a little bit of formatting on this. Maybe change this like that. Maybe make this a little taller. And then same thing here. I'll make it a certain size instead of just dragging it. 30, something like that. Bold and center. Then this one maybe we'll just bold, make a little taller, 5, something like that. And then here in a second, we'll update these formulas down here. So let me just make sure this is my size, like it got to 30. And then let's update this sort here. So I'm going to change this now to vendors. And then we just need to change these formulas in here. So instead of category, this needs to be vendor, like that. And then I'm going to drag this across, and drag this down. And then all I need to do here is fix my outer border, just like that. So that is it for today's video. Make sure to like it and subscribe if this video is helpful for you, and check out the other videos on our channel for more tutorials on both Google Sheets and AppScript. And as always, have a great day.